What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to the first official New York Giants 7-round mock draft right here on the Aboriginal Sports Network with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk and Unpopular Opinion Sports. We gonna get into this mock draft. It's a pretty doggone good mock draft. We're gonna get into it after the intro. So let's do it.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
The blitz. The throw in time and a gain of only 3 yards.
Sanchez throws middle. What a shot by Lewis on Dustin Keller as the ball arrived.
That non-stop will win. You look at all the greats. Dion, Jerry, Walter, all of them. They all got that dog.
What a throw.
With the first pick in the 2000 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select
Sunny Dutchess.
Welcome to the NFL Draft 2025. The pick is in.
All right, man. Hey, look, we're going to start it off with the very first pick for the New York Giants at pick 3. The New York Giants select Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Quarterback from Colorado, man. The pick is in. Shedeur Sanders. Quarterback from Colorado, man. I don't know what to say, man. Is he most hated, most underrated? You know, a lot of Giants fans are not too turned on about Shedeur Sanders at pick 3. But I think this is the best quarterback in this draft, and I think he can be Joe Burrow-like if you draft this guy, man. You put an offensive line in front of him, man. He's going to do some good things here with the New York Giants at pick number 3. Be throwing it to Malik Neighbors, Wan'Dale Robinson, hopefully another good target for the New York Giants going into the 2025 season, man. What do you think about this pick right here with Shedeur Sanders?
I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know, Giants need a quarterback. Best quarterback in the draft, in my unpopular opinion. And I mean, safest bet, you know, highest floor, ready-made prospect, in my opinion. Think he's going to come in, you know, very quickly and be able to change the dynamic of the New York Giants offense. And that's what the Giants have been wanting and needing for so many years now. So, y'all already know, if y'all follow me, I'm all for Shedeur, so I'm loving this pick.
Yeah, I'm loving this pick here at 3. We finally get our quarterback of the future, and this guy doesn't want to just be good. He doesn't want to be great. He wants to be legendary. Coming from a legendary father in Deion Sanders, which is another thing people might not like about the kid. He stays a little too brash. He shows off his watch when he scores. He talks a lot. They got people questioning his actual work ethic, which is absolutely insane.
Crazy.
Kid has been training with Tom Brady since he was 13, but his work ethic is trash. But it is what it is, man. Shedeur Sanders at pick 3 for the New York Giants, and we're gonna go to the number 34 pick, man. We'll be back in 1 second. And with the number 34 pick, the New York Giants select defensive tackle from Michigan, Kenneth Grant, which I think is an absolute steal. 34. The pick is in. Kenneth Grant defensive tackle out of Michigan. What a steal for the New York Giants at pick 34, man. Hey, listen, if you can put this big monster next to the other big monster that we have here with the New York Giants, him and Dexter Lawrence are going to eat in the middle of that defense, man. They're both very good run stoppers. They both can get after the quarterback. They're both very strong. They both know how to use their hands and swim to get to the quarterback. Man, this is actually a dominant pick for us right here in the second round. You get a day one starter, and you get somebody that brings attention off Dexter Lawrence. Because if you continue to leave him one-on-one, he's going to eat too. Like, man, just look at him, man. This dude will be dope for us at pick 34. What you think, NYG?
And don't forget about Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and your middle linebacker, Bobby Okereke. Because we talking about stopping the run here, right? We talking about rushing the passer. You know what I'm saying? We talking about front seven. You already got a future Hall of Famer on trajectory to be a future Hall of Famer in Dexter Lawrence. And if you compare this kid next to him, the New York Giants been looking for this for a while since Leonard Williams been gone. And this right here is a steal, man. In the second round, woo.
In the second round, man, the New York Giants get an absolute beast of a player. And Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan, man. This pick here, I'm almost excited about this pick as a Shedeur Sanders pick, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Implications of Kayvon Thibodeau, Grant, Lawrence, Burns, defensive line. Man, that's like four monsters across the line almost. But we can dream and we can see. But in this mock draft, Kenneth Grant, number 34 to the Giants in the second round. We're ready to get to the next pick. All right, with pick 65, the New York Giants select tight end out of Miami, Elijah Arroyo.
Let's go.
With Mr. Johnson, man, the pick is in. Mr. Elijah Arroyo, man. Dynamic tight end out of Miami. I know this is not a receiver that, everybody wants with the New York Giants, but this dude can play receiver if you wanted to. He's dynamic, and he's that dynamic guy in the middle of the field that our new quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, can hit in the middle of the field and be comfortable with this guy, and he can get up the seam, and he can run outside routes. Can you imagine this dude on the outside in the red zone with Malik Neighbors?
On the outside.
Right. You can get him in the end zone. Great route runner. Knows how to settle down in zones. Just knows how to beat his defender, man. This guy can be a dynamic weapon for the Giants, man. What you think, NYG?
I definitely think he can be a dynamic weapon for the New York Giants. Watched him at the Senior Bowl, man. This kid is electric. You're talking about being able to attack down the field. Those seam routes will be crazy with Shedeur Sanders, who is a very accurate passer and somebody that can, throw with anticipation. And I mean, think about it. The Giants, in their aspect, you don't know what you're doing with Daniel Bellinger. You pair him with Theo Johnson, two tight end sets, two monsters, man, that you can put on different route combinations. I mean, I'm loving this pick, man. I can't say enough, man. Just watching this kid in person and actually, meeting him and seeing him play. Yeah, love this pick.
He actually opens up the middle of the field for guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, so he can be used the way that he's supposed to be used. He actually does a whole lot for this team, being the pick, even though he's not a receiver. He's a tight end, man. He lines up and he runs routes like a receiver. He's fast like a receiver, catches like a receiver. So I believe this pick is huge for the New York Giants, man. We getting ready to get into the next pick, but the pick is in the third round for the New York Giants at 65, Mr. Elijah Arroyo. Let's get it. All right. With the 104th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia. The pick is in. Man, we know that we have to address this offensive line. And Tate Ratledge plays both guard positions, and he had a little bit of experience at center. But Tate Ratledge, let's just say we don't get a guard in free agency like a Trey Smith or somebody. I do believe Tate Ratledge can play that right guard position better than what Van Rotten played this past season, putting him next to Jermaine Illuminor. Now, your best case scenario, we sign somebody like a Trey Smith and allow this guy to develop behind a Trey Smith and a John Runyon so he can turn into a beast of a beast when he finally gets his chance to play. NYG, I know this is one of your favorite guys, man. Let them know about Tate Ratledge, man.
Nasty, man. Physicality, you know what I'm saying? He finishes. He can pull. You know, I think he's one of those guys that, I mean, he's not going to lose. You know, he might not win every rep, but he's going to be a guy, he's not going to lose very often. You know what I'm saying? And I think with adding strength, I mean, he can be one of those guards that can open up things in the run game and get this Giants run game back to where it needs to be. You know, that's how I'm looking at Tate Ratledge. You know what I'm saying? He can come in right away, I believe, you know, with Illuminor and the other pieces the Giants have on the offensive line, and hit the ground running and get this run game going. You know, like I said, physicality, finishes plays. I like the nastiness in the guard, man. So let's go. Tate Ratledge, man. Good pick. Love it.
Yeah. Tate Ratledge, a damn good pick for the Giants here at 104, the first pick in the 4th round. And a lot of things that's underrated about Mr. Ratledge is his ability to pull. I think he has enough athleticism where if you want to run a trap type system as far as the running game, or you want to run the pull type system where you try to get to the outside a little bit, he can definitely do that for you, man. Tate Ratledge in the 4th round, pick 104 for the Giants, man. I think this is another steal for the Giants in this mock draft. And
fire draft so far.
Next pick. Yeah, this is a fire draft so far. We'll be back with the next pick.
Let's get it.
All right, we are back in the mock draft with the 134th pick in the NFL draft, second pick of the 4th round. The New York Giants get cornerback with a name you know, Kobe Bryant, cornerback out of Kansas. The pick is in. Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
Cornerback out of Kansas, man. Like this kid out of Kansas, has ball skills, has toughness, has the height. May need to put on a little bit of weight. I think he's only like 186 to 190, but as you can see, he don't mind knocking somebody the hell out at the cornerback position. Mm-hmm. And man, his cornerback cover skills were dope this season for the Jayhawks, man. I think this kid lined up opposite of Tate Banks. Hopefully Tate Banks gets his confidence back. But this kid right here does not lack confidence. He will play in zone. He will play man. He will guard the run. He will hit. He will cover. He will blitz. Boom. Do everything that the Giants will ask him to do in this Shane Bowen defense. And I think this is a steal with our second, 4th round pick here in this NFL draft in 2025. NYG, what you think about him?
Yeah, another steal, man. Like I said, this mock draft is cooking right now, man. Kobe Bryant, of course, love the name, but love the player too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this kid can get it done. Look at the hits, man. Physicality, man. And this is the theme. You see a theme with this draft: physical players, football players, tough, get in your face, trench tight, you know what I'm saying, players, man, that's gonna get down, do the nasty work, man. Kids got some ball skills too, as you see right there, one-handed catches, and the whole nine, man. Yeah, this is what you need. This is what you need right here. A kid that you can develop, hopefully can be a number 2. Who knows? Might even be a number 1 one day. But I definitely think he can be a number 2 corner in this league.
That's a fact, man. Let's say you get a Travers Ward or somebody in free agency. Hell, this kid might take some snaps from Deontay Banks if he doesn't get his act together. And it's a 4th round pick. Say if you get a Travers Ward, you could let him sit a year or 2 and develop the way you're supposed to develop picks. This is where we base this mock draft off of, man. And this guy here in the 4th round will be an absolute steal, man. And his dude, he will make a name for himself on special teams in the very first year if he can't start on the field. But somebody goes down, him, Cordell Flott, Tay Banks, maybe a Travers Ward or a DJ Reed. I think there's a cornerback room to be reckoned with, man. So yeah, I like this pick here at 134 for the New York Giants. Kobe Bryant, named after the Mamba. Let's get it, man. Jerry, go to the next pick. All right, in this mock draft with pick number 155, the New York Giants select wide receiver out of UCF, Kobe Hudson. Another Kobe. We like them Kobe's, man. Kobe Hudson, UCF, man. Wide receiver. Pick is in. All right. Kobe Hudson out of UCF, man. I will say this, man. I think this kid is very underrated. He knows how to run routes. He just knows how to play football. This is one of those guys that's just a football player. And because of all the high-ranking receivers in this draft, and this guy's fallen under the radar, man, but he's been actually pretty dominant over there at UCF, man. And I like this kid's toughness. To add his toughness to Malik Neighbors would be pretty dope. Let's say if we don't get somebody like a T. Higgins or somebody like that in free agency. Let's say we get a Keenan Allen. This kid will have the opportunity to learn from Keenan Allen to add his route running to his game, which he already has pretty doggone good route running. And he has a pretty good catch radius at 6'1", over 200 pounds. He's tough as nails. He can take a hit, knows how to get yards after the catch, will go up and compete with anybody for that football when it's in the air. Now, does he have breakaway speed? No, but he's that guy that can move the chains for us and consistently get the ball down the field for us, man. I really like this pick and the value of this pick in the 5th round. And I think he can develop into a pretty doggone number 2 receiver. But, NYG, what you think about this guy?
Like what I seen from Kobe Hudson at the Senior Bowl. I'm with you, you know. Like I said, it's a theme here, you know. These guys are football players that we drafting. You know what I'm saying? These guys are tough, physical. You know, this kid has a good frame, pause. You know, and I think that's what the New York Giants need. We are the Giant. The New York Giants are the Giants, not the midgets. So you got to bring some guys in here, man, that look and can actually take a hit on the football field, you know, without going on a stretcher. So I'm with this pick. We need route runners as well. Kid can run routes and develop these guys. You know, you're not gonna get a polished product in the fifth round, but we could see the potential. So I'm with it, man.
Yeah, I think he can add a nice 1-2 punch with Jalen Hyatt too.
Mm-hmm.
You put his route running skills to where he likes to get the catches on curls and things and move the change. You could put Jalen Hyatt out there to take the top off the defense, and you know what Malik Neighbors can do. And you can use Wan'Dale Robinson as a guy out the backfield, and if you get him paired on a linebacker, those yak yards that you want Wan'Dale Robinson to get, he can get those against linebackers because he's too fast and too shifty for him. So I think adding a guy like this adds so many levels to this offense to where our new quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, can get the ball to many different levels with this offense if you open up the playbook and really try to use everybody's skill set to your advantage. But at pick 155, the New York Giants select Kobe Hudson, UCF receiver, man. Gotta love those Kobe's, man. We'll be right back. All right, we winded down this draft. We're in the 7th round, and we actually have 2 picks. The New York Giants actually have 2 picks in the 7th round. And with that first pick in the 7th round at pick 221, the New York Giants select edge/defensive tackle R.J. Oben out of Notre Dame. Now, Mr. R.J. Oben out of Notre Dame, he was a interesting prospect because we actually got to interview him at the Senior Bowl. We actually got to see him earn reps on the field when he was out there being put in those practice reps, and he was actually winning against some pretty good offensive linemen, like Miles from LSU, as well as like a Tate Ratledge out there before he got injured and had to leave. But he was out there making plays and everything. So this one here, this was a pretty special one. We can actually let Mr. R.J. Oben talk to you personally about what he would bring if he was a draft pick. Let's just say the New York Giants. Also, his father was a original Giant in 1996.
Yeah. Shout out to Roman Oben, man.
Roman Oben. So this was pretty dope to able to talk to his son, man.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Another episode right here at the Senior Bowl with the Aboriginal Sports Network. We got Mr. Oben here. Pops was the original draft pick of the New York Giants in 1996. Man, how you think your day went today?
I think it was pretty good. Just first time getting back out there, and obviously about a week, so got to play in the national championship game. But body's still feeling fresh, and good to be out there with the best.
Yeah, speaking of the national championship game, I know it was a tough loss to you guys, but as far as going to the next process, what do you feel that you need to work on after your first day here in the Senior Bowl, getting to that next level, being an good edge in the next level?
Yeah, man, really just here to refine my craft and show the scouts how much I've grown over the years and how much I'm refining my technique and my physicality, and really to show bring the energy every day and try to be the hardworking guy out here.
Okay, let's go. Man, good luck the rest of the way. You guys got about 2 or 3 more practices. Good luck the rest of the way, man. I hope you kill it the rest of this week, man. Appreciate you.
And that was us talking to Mr. R.J. Oben at the Senior Bowl, man. We had a blast at the Senior Bowl. We got to talk to a lot of players at the Senior Bowl, and I got a lot of interviews. And we were just putting in work out there. But we weren't the only ones putting in work out there. Mr. R.J. Oben, man, we were looking at him at the Senior Bowl. We got an up close and personal view of what this guy can actually bring to this team. And let's say we get him as a 3rd edge rusher or 4th edge rusher, and he actually can sit behind a Thibodeau and a Brian Burns and develop. What you think about R.J. Oben, man?
Man, he said it. Physicality, you know what I'm saying? What I've been talking about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the kid is got the raw physical ability, to play edge in the NFL. Of course, like any player, coming into the league, you got to refine your technique. You got some things to work on, but to get this kid in the 7th round, and like you said, we talked to him. We understand the player behind the helmet, and this kid wants it. He's hungry. He's being taught by, a legend in his own right, Mr. Roman Oben, New York Giants legend. So, potential to be a steal. And one of those 7th round picks where, he might have, 8 sack seasons, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, dang, R.J. Oben just came out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Because he been working. He been behind the scenes working, and that's what this kid's going to bring, a good work ethic, man. And you can develop players that are willing to work and come in and earn it. So I love it,
man. I love this pick in the 7th round. More than likely, it probably won't happen. I think he has a little bit too much of a name to get to the 7th round, but this is a mock draft. This is what we do. He fell to us in the 7th round. It can happen in real life, but much respect to him and his pops and good luck to him in the future. And hopefully, hey, if he becomes a Giant, goes to the same place his pops went to.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
All right. If we come back and get to this last pick, RJ Oben, that's what's up. All right. With the last pick of the New York Giants in the 7th round at pick 248, the New York Giants select running back Jaquez Hunter from Auburn. Pick is in. All right. This is another guy that we saw at the Senior Bowl, and he was actually making some headlines, man. He was doing sort of stuff like this. He was just making plays, man. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not the biggest. It's another guy that's just a football player, man. He's going to make some plays for you. And he was the only guy that was beating, people like Jack Kaiser. One-on-ones when it came to catching the ball out the backfield, man. So this guy is very versatile. He's one of those smaller guys that, gets that hitting yardage because you really can't see him behind the offensive line. And like I said, he has good enough speed, has good enough vision, and he can pick up some yardage for you, man. And to get a guy like this in the 7th round, man, I think is a huge, huge steal for the Giants and adds to what Tyrone Tracy can bring to this team. He will be a role player for this team. No, he's not going to be a 99 rated player, but as you can see, he ain't slow. So, so I like the guy at the Senior Bowl, man. What you think about Mr. Hunter?
Yeah, man. He was definitely one of the standouts in the Senior Bowl. Kid gets north and south, man. I gotta give him that, man. He got a go motor. You know what I'm saying? Also catches out the backfield. Makes some nice catches out the backfield. So to get him in the 7th round, is it the bruising running back that you want? No, but as you can see on the film, he does play with some physicality. That's the theme of this draft. You know what I'm saying? So we've been preaching that. And just watching him up close in person. I mean, the kid is a football player, like Pat said. So, like this pick, Tyrone Tracy needs some help. And this will be a good 1-2 punch. Absolutely. And I think this kid can pick up them tough yards, man. Maybe if he had a little muscle. I mean, because he gets north and south. Mm-hmm. It's a tough runner. So, I'm with it.
Yeah. So, you got people like who we drafted here in this New York Giants mock draft. Just to go back through the picks, Shedeur Sanders at 3, Kenneth Grant at 34, Elijah Royal at 65, Tate Ratledge at 104, Kobe Bryant at 134, Kobe Hudson at 155, RJ Oben at 221, and Mr. Hunter at 248, man. I think we got some hits throughout this draft, man.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I think this draft,
you don't get much better than that, sir.
Yeah, I think this draft was pretty doggone dope. And if it can play out this way, I think the Giants come out with about 3 to 4 starters, maybe even 5. And if they're not
starting,
yeah,
off rip.
And if they're not starters, hopefully they do the right thing to get some people in place to where they can actually develop. But anything else you got to say before we get out of here? This New York Giants mock draft, full 7th round 1.0, right here with the Aboriginal Sports Network, with the Aboriginal crew. That's who we are now, the Aboriginal crew, man. Anything else you got to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Dope mock draft. Check us out on the next one.
Yep. And if you want the full throttle mock drafts where we give more player highlights, we give more analysis, we give more, just give you more of what you want, go to the Patreon and check out New York Giants Uncut. We will give you the full uncut mock draft version of these videos on the Patreon, only $3 a month. Man, that's less than a bag of chips these days. So
literally,
right. So you want to support the channel, you want to support the Aboriginal crew, the Aboriginal Sports Network. Go check out the Patreon and go check out the official Aboriginal Sports Network website where you can catch everything from the Aboriginal crew. But until the next mock draft, you know what it is, man. Peace.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
The blitz. The throw in. And a gain of only 3 yards.
Sanchez throws middle. What a shot by Lewis on Dustin Keller as the ball arrived.
That non-stop will to win. You look at all the greats. Dion, Jerry, Walter, all of them. They all got that dog.
What a throw.
With the first pick in the 2000 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select
Sunny Dutchy.
Welcome to the NFL Draft 2025. The pick is in.